Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to I Allegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because there's no more EV cars. Done. Finished. End of story. Hit the like button. Please subscribe to this channel. But let's get right into it. As far as one company is concerned, Stellantis. The Ram full EV pickup truck is done. It's finished. Why? Because of waning demand. Because there's no $7,500 tax credit because of the big beautiful bill. And they're going to get rid of the pickup truck that is going to be non-existent in, as of September 12th. They announced this. This is crazy, guys, because remember, EV cars were the rage. Everybody's going to want one. Everything's going to be great. I don't know one person that has a pickup truck. Not one of you people have written me to tell me how great it is. They all tell me the same thing. When I want to use it for a truck and I want to put weight on it, it sucks power like there's no tomorrow. Now, Ram is going to try a hybrid model, and they're going to go with gas and EV car mix. That's the future, they say. Hybrid. Okay, well, why don't you just go with hybrid? Nobody wants to charge their cars. No one wants the headache of dealing with this. But when you read this, and they attribute it to a $7,500 tax credit, it is nothing, guys. It is non-existent. It is ridiculous. So the pickup truck is dead. Ram pickup trucks, when it comes to full EV cars, are completely gone. They are a thing of the past. That is wild, guys. Absolutely wild. You know, the big beautiful bill killed it. You know, the Inflation Reduction Act gave us the $7,500 tax credit. No one cares, guys. Really, seriously. So when you read this, the September 9th statement, with the incentives going away, we have to rethink this. But here's what the problem is. And that when you look at their statement and you look at the truth, the public does not want these cars. It's that simple. The cost of building these cars are more and more expensive to where none of them are profitable right now. None of them. Think about that. You're manufacturing a product that people are not making money on right now. That is insanity. It's absolute insanity in this world. And you're going to pin it on a lie that it's because of a $7,500 tax credit that, hey, we can't get the tax credit. We're not going to use, we're not going to be able to sell this car. Okay, sure thing. Sure thing. I mean, it is really, worth looking at because they're going to get rid of all these different types of incentives. They're done. They're done with solar. They're done with wind. They're done with the EV cars. So, they want GM's going to continue in this space, but it's going to be because they have hybrid cars. So good luck. Good luck. Got a great story sent to me from broker Aaron. Aaron Smiles out of New York, who does commercial real estate. Think about this. Back in the day, if you had the corner store that was successful, and for some reason someone died or they went out of business, and you had that space, you'd get a guy like Aaron that would sit there and go, wow, who can I put there? I'm going to get somebody there. And then you had bigger spaces and bigger programs, and you had whole floors available. But now you've got this Tricolor that is the auto brokerage place that went out of business and filed Chapter 7, and there are 64 locations that are closing. What do you do with a car dealership, guys? People are not, beating the door down to go rent those places and lease those places and remodel them and make them General Motors EV car sales plants. So broker Aaron just said this is such a problem that people don't get because of the state of the economy right now. Things are so bad right now that the days of filling up these locations with someone new, might as well rub fairy dust together, because you're going to have a better shot at that than you are of these people leasing these places. It's just not going to happen. So, we're hearing about places like in New York. There's a brokerage place called Moomoo. Yeah, that's the name of it. Moomoo, Moomoo. Okay? And they wanted me to advertise their platform. I thought the name was ridiculous Okay, that's the first thing. But now they're looking at getting some big New York real estate, Chinese firm, and getting some big New York real estate. So again, office space not taking over, the auto industry and auto locations. The other thing that was sent to me about this tricolor, and we've talked about their bankruptcy, is this shows the state of people that are broke right now. People that are broke right now that are challenged, with their credit. This is not improving. This is just how bad the world is right now. And by that big foreclosure that they have a huge problem with the water damage and everything. They're still working on this thing. I was by here 4 months ago, guys, and they're still working on this house. Talking about a loss, talking about a house that at one point was $30 million. And my friend posted the foreclosure on this thing twice for $22 million. So good luck, man. And again, a $22 million house that I get to walk by with my camera and do my thing. Okay, get all this stuff. They're working on that. That's ridiculous. Okay, totally redoing the outside, fixed all the water damage. It's just nuts, guys. Just nuts. But again, who else is going to go out of the EV car market? Now, is Stellantis going to service these vehicles still? Who knows? Who knows? I'm just telling you guys. If you had to buy an EV car, I would buy a Tesla. I have a friend, and somebody clipped her on the front. Car will not drive, computer will not come on, cannot do anything. Basically, a very small fender bender. She took it to Tesla today, and Tesla said, you need to go to a body shop, a Tesla approved body shop. Well, I can't drive the car right now because it doesn't have the computer. Well, you got to go to the collision center first, and they got to figure out what's wrong. Disaster. But again, that's what you're going to have more and more and more of right now. So, look at this place, guys. Okay, $30 million disaster. Now, somebody bought it for $20 million, but what, last 8 months, walking by here, they've been fixing it? So, good luck with that. But who is next? Who is set to shut down next when it comes to these EV cars? And by the channel in Newport. So, oh, this house just got listed on the market. I'm on Goldenrod and Ocean. So, again, here's a nice house. Look at this thing. This thing overhangs that cliff that we walk by, and you go downstairs and it's got the private beach to it. So batter up, guys. What's that, 20, 25 million? You guys can look that one up. Anyways, no more EV cars with Stellantis. Getting rid of the truck. And what's next? How do you get parts for the stuff that's done? Seriously. Oh, don't worry about it, Dan. You're a naysayer. You're so negative. It's terrible. Okay? The Ram statement on the industry and the shape of things, what an embarrassment, guys. How they're just losing money hand over fist. That's what's crazy. Now, I got one for you. Look at this. This is, we call it the Titanic house because it's got the pointed front to it. Okay? Now, you had the lots next door to it, which were $7 million a piece. But look what this a-hole's building in front here. See this? That's his house in front of the Titanic house because this is a triangle-shaped house. So how'd you like that? How'd you like that guy in front of your house, blocking your view, blocking everything? That is crazy. So look at that. See that? The pointed house with the deck. And then you got this. I gotta watch my language. You gotta watch this clown. Look at that thing. Just totally blocking the view. Isn't that crazy? Okay? That house, the Titanic house, was appraised at $6.5 million. And then these lots went for $7 million a piece. So enjoy. But this guy's building it up front, blocking the Titanic house. So anyways, a little bit of worthless trivia for you. Now, never underestimate the degeneracy of a big corporation to skirt laws and to not pay their fair share. Whirlpool has stated that LG and General Electric are trying to skirt tariff laws right now by coming out and saying that people are importing products and they're relabeling the products with a different price. Think about this. They're saying that gas ranges are coming into the country that are worth $83. 80, you're gonna buy a range for $83. Well, that's what they're worth manufactured, so we don't have to pay the tariffs. And then you got wash machines that are normally $888 in wholesale value that they're coming in at just over $100. Hello, again, terrible, terrible, terrible ways of beating this. But Whirlpool says enough is enough. We have to pay the tariffs. These guys have to pay the tariffs. And they're lying about this. LG, guys, go look at any LG appliance. They are the most expensive appliances that you can buy. They cost so much money, but to sit there and say that, even their things like garbage disposals and different products like that are, $38 and stuff, it's nuts. But again, they don't care what the manufactured price is. They're going to sell it to their distributors and wholesalers for whatever they want. Now, Google hits $3 trillion in value. It's the third trillion-dollar company, fourth trillion-dollar company. You've got NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, and now you have Google in that claim to fame right now, which is nuts right now. So, interesting. Now, another car problem is General Motors is recalling 23,000 Corvettes. Think about this, 23,000 Corvettes, and I want to make sure I get the models, from 2023 to 2026. All these cars are over 100 grand. The Z06 and the ZR1, they have a problem where they have a heating element near a radiator and a fan near where you pump gas. So if that heats up, it causes fires. And they've had many, many fires. Gas stations, out and about, people refilling at their own property and going out with that, and cars catching on fire. But another 23,000 cars get recalled. Man, oh man, it just never ends, guys. It never ends. So, have you had a recall that you've gotten fixed? Have you had any luck with that? I'm telling you, so many times now here in California, when you go out and you register your vehicle, they'll tell you if there's something mandatory that they consider to be unsafe, like, I don't know, your car catching on fire when you're pumping gas seems kind of a concern to me. But we're seeing more and more and more of this. I always love the stuff you guys send me. And Lindsay sent me something that was great, where she was talking about getting her post office box and how expensive it is now. Guys, postage is through the roof. Getting a post office box is through the roof as well. And the price has gone up substantially over the last few years. Lindsay wrote me and sent me a copy of the bill, and I blocked out her name and everything for you. But the post office box went to $192 a year to have a post office box. That's nuts. Dr. Marvin wrote me about how his son took his kids. Now, Dr. Marvin lives in Florida. So his son loads up the car, the wife and kids, and takes a trip to the resorts, Disney resorts. Driving, okay? Disney resorts. Cost them $4,000 to do this trip for 7 days. It's insane. Now, think about that. That's before they bought any food. Like you said, they were held hostage by the Disney resorts and the expense of that. What are they doing now? They're flying from Orlando area, Fort Lauderdale area, to the Providence area, Rhode Island, and then they're going to spend a week there, staying at hotels, driving to Boston for a day too to check that out, and $3,500 is what that's going to cost, including airfare, guys. So again, the Disney resorts are outrageous. But like he said, Dan, think about this. They can go eat at kid-friendly places now. They can go to Denny's, they can go to Applebee's, they can go to someplace. Nothing is worse for a parent. You're on vacation and you go someplace, the food is overpriced, and then your kid doesn't eat it. Nothing is worse than that. It just infuriates me. And I could just sense from Dr. Marvin's letter about how ridiculous it is, but they got airfare included, and they're spending less money than driving to a Disney resort down the street. So it's outrageous, guys. It's outrageous. Let me know if you're seeing things like this. You're seeing more and more people that are just complaining and saying, wait, enough is enough. Stuff is so outrageous and so expensive. I can't afford this. And again, if you can get a better deal, get a better deal. Ask for stuff. People don't sit there and go to a resort and say, hey, what will you throw in? Hey, if we stay at this hotel, will you throw breakfast in for me and the kids? Yeah, we can do that. Sure thing. That's a big deal, guys. That makes it, ask Dr. Marvin's son, the four of them sitting down, it's $150. So save that in a meal. That's fun stuff they can do. Put gas in the rental car when they drive to Boston. So anyways, let me know what you think so far. I'm going to go look at that house for sale on the other side. I'm going to finish this video with these last few things. Don't forget we have a private channel called I Allegedly Live. It's all uncensored stuff. We talk about the latest news and things you can't talk about other places. You go to iallegedly.tv to sign up for it. And I love doing that. There's well over 425 videos on that site already. And check it out today. Think about this. 67% of everyone, all of us, are living paycheck to paycheck. If they lost their job, they would be in deep, deep trouble. That is a horrible, horrible figure right now, guys. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's 40%, then it was 50%, then it's 60%. Now it's over 2/3 of the people out there are dead broke. You got to get out of debt, guys. You have to get out of debt. You have to have an emergency fund. You've got to have money set aside for a rainy day. I have more people write me and say, hey, listen, Dan, I'm $38,000 in debt. But the one thing I've done is we've assembled $5,000 in savings so that if something really bad happens, we can take care of ourselves and not have to worry about hitting the credit cards. Look at these houses on the hill. That's into the hill from the upstairs area I was walking on. Crazy, guys. Houses are 25 million bucks. But anyways, gold is at a record high, just surpassed $3,600 an ounce. And you're seeing more institutional buying. There's no gold sponsor in this video, but you know where to go. Check it out today, guys. I'm telling you, it's only going to go up. In the last 3 years, it's gone one direction, and that has been up. So they say it's going to go up much, much more. So let me know what you think about that. Final story. Now, one thing that we have talked about is how great AI is when it comes to creating code and creating websites and just generally answering questions. It's amazing. Now, from an IT and developer side, it has saved a fortune, but at what cost? That's what they're saying. They're saying, listen, is this going to take the human element out of programming? I think people would rather have speed and go back and correct it than have the human element. That's what I'm saying. My buddy Mike telling me that he did something that would have taken days to do, he did in less than 30 minutes. Now, final thing is Google is getting sued right now because of the AI abbreviations on stories. Now, one thing that you may or may not know is that with internet stories, newspapers, all the stuff that we go to, whether it's free or not, they get advertising money for this. They get traffic, they can post banner ads, they can make you watch a little snippet in a video. But when they condense these stories down, they eliminate that. So the company Penske is saying, hey, wait a second. All of our websites, like Variety and, Hollywood Reporter and Rolling Stone, they're getting cheated out of ad revenue right now. So you're going to see more and more, let's see if you can see that out there. You're going to see more and more lawsuits like this as this moves forward. So let me know what you think. I love those abbreviations because I can read the abbreviation and say, okay, I want to read the article. They hate that because it doesn't make you go click on the article and read it. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You want to email me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. I'll see you very soon.